This prediction for the Champions League final between Man City and Inter will blow your mind. The interesting thing is this match is that we have a huge favorite to win, but actually many times this doesn't happen. The last time Inter have won the Champions League was 2010 with the famous treble of Jose Mourinho, and actually the biggest achievement of his career. Now Pep Guardiola is on his way to do the same, but with Man City, and only Inter stands in their way to the big dream. The history of the two teams in the Champions League is quite different. Manchester City has only reached the final once before, in 2021 when they lost to Chelsea 1-0 with Kai Havertz's goal. On the other hand, Inter reached the final 5 times before, winning 3 of them and losing twice. Inter this season defeated local rivals AC Milan 3-0 on aggregate in the semi-final, while Man City smashed the current champion Real Madrid with 4-0. The final will be a clash of styles and philosophies. Manchester City will try to dominate possession and create chances with their intricate positional play style. Inter will try to defend compactly and hit on the counter-attack with their pace and power, utilizing Romelu Lukaku or Edin Dzeko as a target man. Both teams possess exceptional defensive units. Man City's well-drilled backline will face the challenge of containing Inter Milan's lento attack, spearheaded by Romelu Lukaku, but with the Citizen possesses a formidable defense that has significantly improved since Diaz joined from Benfica. Diaz have formed a stronger partnership with John Stones at the heart of Manchester City's defense, resulting in a record of 13 clean sheets in 38 games of the Premier League. Man City have 5 or 6 models for playing, and that gives them so many options. That's why it's very difficult for the opponents to cope. Inter has to be perfect at the minimum to have a chance for getting the trophy. The midfield battle will be a key factor in this final. Manchester City's intricate passing and positional play will go up against Inter Milan's tenacity and physicality in the midfield. And here comes the main betting tip for the match. Before I continue, don't forget that this is a bet for fun, but if you want to make additional income on a monthly basis from sports betting, just subscribe to our channel and check out our website bettinum.com. Now, keep in mind that Inter will be faced with the challenging task of exploiting the weaknesses of Manchester City, who benefit from the presence of Rodri, their holding midfielder who excels at disrupting the opposition's play and distributing the ball. He is the main man we are looking for. It goes without saying that Manchester City dominate possession in more or less every match they play. But with that dominance comes a level of expectation to use the ball as accurately and efficiently as possible. Mainly playing as a deep-lying playmaker, Rodri optimizes his side's use of the ball. He is neat in possession, finds a creative teammates in key attacking areas, and rarely loses the ball in dangerous areas. In many respects, Rodri's passing and technical attributes make him a stereotypical Spanish midfielder of the last 10 or 15 years. But added strength in physical presence and defensive abilities are what have made him such a well-suited player for Manchester City to dominate the Premier League. Lately, he's in his peak. He's this type of player as Busquets, who doesn't go in the highlights but does the dirty work. He made 102 passes in the rematch against Real Madrid. He had 62 passes for 64 minutes played against Leipzig in that 7-0 win in a round of 16. Now it all depends on how the game will start. Of course, if Man City scores an early goal, it will be much different and open game, but the main target for Inter will be to keep the score 0-0 as long as possible. They know even that won't affect Man City much, but that's their only way because nobody tries to outplay City these days. I expect Man City to make a huge number of passes and Rodri to be the main man to do it. He has average of 83.7 passes per game in the Champions League and average 82.7 passes per game in the Premier League this season, which is just on the line of today's tip. I will give you a few predictions, but the main one for this game is Rodri over 83.5 passes in the match at the odds of 1.83 or 5-6. Additional pick for the game is a bet builder, over 3 cards in the match, plus over 4 corners for Man City in the match at the odds of 1.87 or 10-11, because Inter will try to stop City with fouls and the game will get rough, while Man City will have many shots and break through the flanks.